I'm Dines, aka Jonathan Wilkins, aka Dines again. I'm creative director and founder of a design agency in London called Studio BLUP. And this basically talk is about how I started off from my bedroom to the boardroom. So we've called it bedroom to boom. And the kind of journey we've been on, the trials and tribulations, and like kind of showing you from the start to where we are now. So I kind of want to sort of rewind everything back to like the beginning. I've always been into art, like, and design from like a really young age. So I used to like draw Pokemon. I'm pretty old now. Like draw Pokemon and stuff like that on the computer, and like really kind of just immerse myself in anything creative. And then I ended up at Solent University after studying art for A-level, and in a way, you know, Solent University was the start of me actually trying to discover a certain style which I can actually like take forward, and in a way like not really listen to like what the tutors were saying, and just doing my thing and thinking ahead and actually developing a portfolio that will benefit me later on in life. This piece is quite important. Again, this is like 10 years old now. Like this is where like the kind of storytelling storytelling kind of philosophy came in within like my work. So when you looked into a sort of a collage, it kind of takes you from one end to the other, and you find out this woman in the bath is dreaming about stuff that, you know, she wants to do, which relates to water. And again, it was something different, and you know, it was quite sort of cocky of me and brave of me to just actually put an image together and say that this is my final major piece. So I kind of like got tipped off early on in my second year at university, and they said that job opportunities in design are just so limited. Like, and I had a friend who actually got a first, and he's working in McDonald's, man, like for 2 years while I was trying to find a design job. So I was like, you know what, like, forget that. I want to start making my clients and like start doing work nice and early, build up a name, build up a portfolio. So when I do leave Southampton, I've got, you know, a nice basis to start and really sort of push on. So I went for work experience, and this was the kind of moment, the light bulb moment, which I thought, you know what, this is where I need to be. I went for work experience at a small marketing agency, and the first brief they got me on was to design a campaign for Hovis. You know, I was like a fresh, like 21-year-old, didn't know what the hell to do. So I put a nice little campaign together. They got nominated for awards. They got invited to the awards. I didn't get invited. They won the awards. They didn't big me up, and they came back to their office with like trophies, like celebrating, like they'd done all the hard work. And I was just sitting there thinking, like, I've done all this. Like, where's my even invite, or like, you know, my little appreciation? And as a designer, it's so important to get like appreciated, just so you know you're on the right path. So from that point on, I thought, you know what, like, if I was to do this, I want to do it my way. When I have people working for me, I want to praise them. I want to bring them to the award parties. I want to like just praise them with the stuff that I didn't ever get. So I quit that like 2 weeks later, and just went freelancing, and just had a bit of fun basically, and trying to discover my style. So working with like brands like Addicts in Southampton, doing some basic sort of artworks. This is so old. And actually developing just different styles so I can like sort of discover myself and see where like what works, what doesn't. And again, this is quite an important sort of milestone in sort of my design career. So this was for a bar in Southampton called Orange Rooms, and this is the first kind of real commercial piece that I got. And it's basically just a collage style, the usual style that I was putting together. And a promoter came knocking on my door, and he's like, look, Dines, I need a poster. My event's happening in 2 days' time. I need a poster by tomorrow. I was like, oh shit, like, you know, this is Orange Rooms, like, this is the biggest bar, I need to like, do it. So I've done it for free, produced it the next day. And like everyone in Orange Rooms loved it. They got it printed in these big posters and everything, and it was like really like cool. So I thought that was the end of it. Then I went to an after party somewhere, and like just getting drunk and stuff. And I turn around and I see the artwork blown up in a frame at someone else's house. And that was the first time for me, was like, wow, that's like the appreciation of someone actually finding the work, getting the effort to like iron it out, put it in a frame and put it up on the wall. And I thought from that point, man, like, you know, I want this forever. So that was a kind of beginning, a really important step in the career. So from that led to loads more work at Orange Rooms, and I kind of like rebranded them and trying to give them this kind of like this whole vintage retro collage mashup style. And yeah, so I was working with them for like quite a while and designed their menus and just kind of pushed the barriers a little bit more because they had the same mindset of being different. So work started coming in and it was kind of like just small little pieces. But because I was going under the name Dines, but basically Dines is my graffiti name. Back in the day I used to graffiti and it was like a hidden alias. I thought I need to start emailing people from an actual legit email account rather than at Yahoo or at Hotmail at the time, to be taken serious because people were just ignoring my things. So I thought what would be the best way to do is start up a company. It was just myself and I called it Studio BLUP. BLUP, again, is just a really simple word that I made up. When I did graffiti, I used to love drawing those letters, and it's kind of a positive sound, and it's a really simple, like, fun word, which literally does not mean anything. So yeah, so that kind of stuck, and we kind of done that. So from then on, I started emailing people from helloblup@studioblup.com, and I was getting work in. But it got to the point where I was getting like quite busy and emailing people pretty late and missing deadlines because I couldn't really balance it out. Basically work and play. I was playing hard as well. Getting free drinks from Orange Rooms. It was a wicked time of my life. So my best friend Alex, who studied on my course on graphic design, he was terrible at designing. Like he wasn't terrible. He was good, but it just wasn't him. Like you could tell he just loved creating, he just loved being in that environment. So we used to work together anyway at university. And after a bottle of wine in Brighton, I said to him, look man, like I need someone to help manage me and help manage my sort of journey, get me out of bed basically, and send those invoices. And he's like, look man, let's do it. So he studied a master's in design management and he smashed that, and I was like, right, I'm taking you before you get snapped up. And we went 50-50 on Studio BLUP, and you know, it's probably been the best decision I've ever made to have someone by your side, and he knows more about me than like even my family, because you know, he knows finances, he knows everything, how I'm feeling, and to have someone you trust is the ultimate goal. And I look well young in that, so I had to pull it up. So just you know. So yeah, so from then, the first big bit of commercial work was for being appointed as creative director of Junk Club in Southampton. And basically they were going places and they wanted to be like the next Fabric and Fabric London, and go worldwide and be known as this kind of like cool, trendy, just producing sick music nightclub. But what was missing was creative direction. So I went in there and just like created some abstract posters, knowing that they're going to be big in like Ibiza, Berlin, and run warehouse parties. So I jumped on that boat quite early, to the point where they were getting some big acts at the time. Example, wearing like t-shirts that I designed, and you know, I kind of used that to my advantage. And again, people just started coming to us and bars saying, look, we want to rebrand, we want to have that cool kind of edge. So I produced this massive, it's probably about actually this size, and it was a nice light box behind it, and used that as a sort of visual stimulation. So we had a nice portfolio, but these were for just local people and local businesses, which you know I still love today working with them because they're a bit more open-minded. But we wanted that big client, and the first break was for Adidas. And they kind of phoned out of the blue. They saw our stuff on some sort of art website. They phoned us and they said, look, we need you to produce some really simple invites for the Olympics launch of the Y3 range. So we put together these like cute little invitations with a little ribbon and stuff like that. And Alex and I, my mum, my sister, Alex's sister and his mum were up all night trying to fold these things, and it was an absolute nightmare, to the point we were shaking on coffee to hit this deadline. So we delivered the invites to the guy, rubbing our hands, thinking, sweet, we've done it. We've paid for the print, so we're $2,500 down already before even getting paid. He looks at it and he says, where the fuck are the envelopes? How am I supposed to send these out to people? And me and Alex looked at each other and thought, what? And he said, if you don't deliver these envelopes, we're not going to pay you. So instantly we were in debt. So we went all the way around London trying to find these like little square black envelopes, matte black and all that. It was a nightmare. We had literally about half an hour to spare. We delivered the envelopes. He put them in envelopes. He sent them out to the clients, and the rest was history. Like, we got invited to the launch and stuff. But what that taught me was to stay efficient. They gave us a big like wake-up call to be like, read emails properly, do things properly, and get stuff signed off. And we kind of got thrown into the deep end, but that kind of stuck with us, and we built the business around that. So we got commissioned by Adidas again. They didn't know the story, so like, I was like, sweet. Phoned us up again. Producers for Stella McCartney. And again, like, bigger brands started coming in. So Procter & Gamble have been one of our biggest clients today. Just coming to us and say, look, we need micro website designs, or we need, just campaign, mobile apps and stuff like that, and really clean, simple designs, which is something that we didn't really do, but we learned to do it because we just said, yeah, it's Procter & Gamble, and you're working with the biggest, brands in the world. So we produced these little micro sites, and they got featured on boots.com and everything. We started producing some actual artworks and frames for Nike. We've done this. This was just actual a studio piece that we put together, but still playing around with our style and having a bit of fun with it. So this piece, as you can see here, is basically just a bit of ribbon, and we've actually just built up an image within an image. And that's the kind of fun we like to have, and just like put things together to create something else and create your own kind of space. And again, these were like posters that we sold and like made extra revenue, and it's amazing to see again the artwork on the wall, which I've always loved. So yeah, so from that, so we carried on cracking on with everything, and we got commissioned by Cult magazine to produce a bit of artwork for the Nike England football kit launch in Singapore. And kind of showing off the technology of their kit. So we put this bit of artwork together, and we had a lot of fun with that, and Nike, trusting us with basically doing whatever we wanted. And for that to be like shown in, Singapore, in the Asian market, for me it was a dream come true, because now our work is going international, and it's just like, this is sick. Like, I love it. So we put together like some nice little GIF animations that they could be shared, emails, and just creating that kind of depth of field. And then this is it in its full glory. So like, we had the white one underneath the England kit in the Singapore Science Museum, and again, I got such like great feedback. But the best thing what happened for that was the record producer, the manager of Gem, who's China's #1 female artist with 4 million fans, like sells out arenas like all over Asia, approached us saying, look, we saw your stuff, we love the London kind of flavour, we want to like put you on our artist. So I didn't know how big she was, so I just said, yeah, whatever, let's do it. Until I'd done a bit of research, and now she's like, check her out, this Gem on YouTube, and like, just amazing. And she's coming to England on her tour, and we're doing some visuals for her and stuff. So we produced the art direction, the photo shoot, the art direction, and the poster campaigns and stuff, which is amazing. So at Studio BLUP, we've got a thing called Feed the Beast. And when you get so much like commission work or like work for like clients, and you sometimes stay in a rut, and you never want to like sort of expand your portfolio and do things that you want to do. So we've got a thing called Feed the Beast, where basically we do whatever we want. So we're doing this thing called BLUP remixes, where we're taking iconic magazine front covers and adding our Studio BLUP elements to it. And that gives us a chance to like work on some really sick photography and actually send it to these magazines and saying, look, what do you think of this? Like, let's do some work together, So we've put together some like stuff for like ID magazine and Love magazine, which is good, and like, you know, Kendall's seen it. She's her mate. I'm friends with her friend. He sent it to her. She replied back saying, "Oh, this is great." You know what I mean? I was like, "Oh, sweet." Screen grab it. He didn't, because he wasn't allowed, which is a shame. So we're mucking about with like Disney stuff, remixing it, and you know, applying this like to t-shirts, applying it to posters, and like just really just going wild with it and making these actual art pieces. And then, like I said, because you're feeding the beast, you're always staying, in a way, ahead of trend, and you're always doing things that are current in the market. So from that, we're getting actual commission work through the style that we've made up. So, you know, I was honoured enough to work with grime legend Wiley to do his #8 album. And, you know, our philosophy was to keep it really simple, something that has never been done in sort of grime before, and just really go sort of avant-garde with that, and just like really like contemporary. This was for Fashion Week, and you know, just designing a deck of cards for people to collect. You know, it's just like you're feeding the beast, yet the beast is like getting out there, and everyone's loving, you know, just something different, which is like what I'm in it for. So in the next couple of months, we're going to actually launch our online shop. With the basic tees and basically artworks on the t-shirt, full print t-shirts, and do a nice collection with like bomber jackets, some tailored trousers, some hats and stuff like that. This is the handiwork of Dom over there, our project manager. Great with photography, just showing like a nice lookbook together. But again, it's mixing art with sort of fashion, and then like creating a brand that people wear, which I didn't even expect to happen, but it's happened naturally. So yeah, so we're going to push that next year, next couple of months, and really go for it. So these are the full print t-shirts that we want to do. It's really just, you've got to be confident to wear it, or you just buy it and put it in a frame. It's up to you. So we've done a lot of photo shoot, and this kind of clocked on. And people like Annie Mac, which is a wicked picture to get with her next to Fatboy Slim, and seeing like famous people actually rocking the t-shirts. And like DJs playing it on their gigs, and you know, that's the kind of like, I hate calling it marketing, but like that's the kind of exposure like you love, because you're with the cool kind of people that carries your voice and carries your brand out to the masses, and kind of like reflects it all back into the artwork that you're producing, and that energy is like something that we've always wanted to do. So with that, we had to build a team. And we've been privileged enough to actually build a BLUP family, which help us sort of deliver and have that dream and vision that we've always created. We've got Jodie sitting at the front there, and Dom, our project manager, but Alex, my business partner, and the two designers, Sarah and Nace. And to have people that's on the same bus as you and want to go on the same journey with you, and come up with ideas that can help push the studio, is like the most rewarding thing that I can ever ask for. From starting off in my bedroom to working with a team that get it and understand the same movements that I want to do, and what me and Alex have dreamt of, is like the best thing that I could ever ask for. So I thank you guys for being there for us. So yeah, so that's like the end of my Friday Fuel, which I love the name, Double F. And this is, you know, like I said, this has been like the best journey like I've ever been on, and you know, to do stuff like this is like amazing to be involved with. And we've got, you know, such a long like way to go, but we're like, you know, we're just so focused, and we just want to like get to where we need to be, and you know, there's so much more to come. So you guys like check out the stuff, check out more stuff. I was going to swear, there's some more shit. Yeah, like stay in touch if you've got any like questions and stuff. Like, I'm always here, and if you want to come by the studio, pick up a t-shirt, you're more than welcome. Thank you.